Have you ever stopped and wondered if your reality, maybe everything you see and feel, could just be, well, a thought in someone else's head?
It's a wild idea, isn't it?
It is. And today, we're diving into a source that really pushes you to ask things like that. It's a deep report on Jostein Gaarder's massive international bestseller, Sofie's World.
Right, Sofie's World, a novel about the history of philosophy.
Exactly. It was called, I think, Europe's oddball literary sensation of the decade. Huge hit.
Yeah, a runaway hit is what the report said.
So our mission today is to sort of unpack how this book manages to be both a beginner's guide to philosophy, which sounds potentially dry, and also a really gripping page-turner mystery. How does it pull that off?
Well, what's truly remarkable, I think, about Sofie's World is how it doesn't just tell you about philosophy, it kind of makes you live it.
Live it? How so?
The report we looked at notes it's like a cross between Bertrand Russell's History of Western Philosophy and Alice in Wonderland.
Okay, that's quite a mix.
It is. But it works because it makes these really complex ideas feel, well, accessible. And it does that by starting with the most basic, fundamental questions we all ask, you know?
And it hooks you right from the start, doesn't it? You meet Sofie, she's just a normal 14-year-old girl.
Right.
And then she starts getting these anonymous letters, just two simple but kind of unsettling questions. Who are you?
Deep.
And where does the world come from? Boom.
Yeah.
Right there.
And that immediate hook, it's designed to ignite what the book calls your faculty of wonder.
Ah, the sense of wonder,
Yep.
like kids have.
Exactly. It sparks it in you, the reader, just like it does for Sofie. It's a really clever way to draw you into philosophical thinking almost without you noticing.
Okay, so it starts with mystery. But you mentioned structure earlier. This isn't just a simple story, is it? This is where it gets really interesting.
It is the twist.
You pretty quickly find out that Sofie and her philosophy teacher, this guy Alberto Knox, they are actually characters inside a book being written by someone else, Hildy's father, as a birthday present for her.
Right. And if we connect that to the bigger picture, this whole metafictional thing, it's more than just a clever plot device.
Yeah.
It basically transforms the whole reading experience into like a living philosophical experiment.
How do you mean? Like an example?
Well, think about someone like George Berkeley, the idealist philosopher. His idea was basically to be is to be perceived. Things only exist if they're being thought about or seen.
Okay.
So Sofie starts having this existential dread, realizing she might just be shadows of shadows. That makes the whole free will versus determinism debate feel incredibly personal, right?
Oh, okay. So it's not abstract anymore. Are her choices hers, or is she just following the script Hildy's dad is writing?
Exactly. You feel the weight of that question. It makes you, the reader, start questioning the solidity of your own world, too. It's not just presenting debates. It makes you feel the stakes.
Wow. Okay. That's pretty heap. So how does Sofie's World manage to guide you through, centuries of philosophy without feeling like you're just reading a textbook?
It takes you on this chronological journey, yeah, but it's always woven into Sofie's story as it unfolds.
So it's relevant to her situation.
Right. You start way back with the pre-Socratics, the guys trying to figure out what the universe's basic stuff is, like Thales thinking maybe it's all water. Then you move through these really pivotal moments in thought. You bump into Descartes and his cogito ergo sum.
I think, therefore I am.
Exactly. Grounding existence in the act of doubting itself. Or you wrestle with David Hume's skepticism, where he's questioning if we can ever really know that one thing causes another.
Or is it just that we always see them happen together?
Precisely. Habit. But these big ideas aren't just thrown at you. The report says they're made crystal clear through Sofie's own experiences and Alberto's, quite engaging explanations.
It sounds intense, though. The report mentions Sofie herself feels completely exhausted sometimes.
Oh, it is a dense journey, no doubt. But I think the key is that it constantly encourages you, the reader, to form your own worldview, to keep asking your own big questions. It doesn't want you to just accept answers.
Right, it keeps that faculty of wonder alive.
That's it. And Sofie's World has genuinely had this huge monumental impact on philosophy education around the world.
Really?
Yeah, it proved there's this massive audience out there that's actually eager to grapple with philosophy if it's presented as, like the report says, an invitation to reflect on life's big questions, not as some dry academic chore.
That makes sense. It makes philosophy feel alive and relevant. So this brings up a final thought maybe for you listening right now. If Sofie and Alberto, these characters, can seriously grapple with the idea that they might just be creations within a book,
Yeah.
how does that make you think about your own reality? your own perceived world? Are we always as free, as autonomous as we like to think we are? Or could there be layers of influence, maybe even authors, shaping our lives in ways we rarely stop to consider?
That's definitely something to ponder.
Something to think about on your own deep dive.